What's up, EGA Tribe? Welcome back to the Everyday Growth Advisors channel, where we plan to trade and trade the plan. We do the market breakdown for you so you don't have to do it yourself. Welcome in. It's been another interesting trading day with a lot of a choppy price action, and let's break it down for you so that you can get a better understanding of what's going on. So with the daily brief today, right before we continue here, if you could take a second out of your day to drop a thumbs up and smash the like button, as well as subscribe if you haven't yet, I would truly appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And it is a special daily brief today because it is my 30th birthday. Whoop whoop! I am officially old. Yeah, officially old. So if you want to wish me a happy birthday, make sure you drop a comment and drop a little love. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel and being here with the tribe. So let's break it down downtown without a frown and peel this onion today. So we saw once again pretty interesting moves on multiple indexes. We're going to do the SPY ETF first so that we can get a sense of where this market is heading. A lot of today's price action has been in a halt phase. To me, what it looks like is institutions and bigger position managers or fund managers are halting and waiting for a opportunity to get back in. Volume has been on a multi-day decrease, right? We can see from the past few days, and we have been actually finding support at the 418, 417 level on SPY. This key supply zone, previous supply zone, is now acting as a demand zone here, which is a good thing. However, we don't see the volume and the accumulation so far that we need to project this to the upside just yet. So it's a really continued chop market for another day. We thought yesterday we were going to see something, but today seems like, again, we have to watch and see if we break above here. 420 is still a very key level for SPY to break above and hold. And I'm guessing that algos and many other traders are just going to let this market freely trade until we hit the key 420 level, and that should set a lot of psychological triggers or algos to start buying this market up. Right now, what we're seeing on the SPY is healthy correction, still in a bull trend. If we look at just the moving averages and we look at all of the existing price action, we can see we are firmly sitting above the 50 EMA, and we are finding support over the 50 EMA. Has been a very key level of support here, and we will continue to see what happens during today's trading session, right? When you guys wake up, right? And since it's my birthday, I'll be trading with the team tonight. But if we do break below this 417, then as I was mentioning in the previous video, that opens up the 414, 413. This previous resistance, which is now going to become support. So we'll be watching that closely to see what happens to SPY if we do not break this 420 level today. Now, the other thing that can happen is we continue to consolidate for another day. That's also possible. As I saw, the open interest on SPY looks relatively stacked to the bear side. However, don't get carried away looking at the open interest on SPY too easily, because as you can see from our Discord bot, which you can pull information out from, the open interest for this week's expiries are more stacked towards the puts. But remember that the neutral positioning of majority of traders are puts, because SPY is a long, mostly a long only asset. And so therefore, it is pretty normal to see lots of puts being bought on SPY as a hedge. Right, so those could be hedges that are being held in the market right now. The fib extension still remains 426 on SPY, and that will be your recap for SPY for the day today. Not really much has changed. We want to break above that 420, and that's the key level. Looking onward on QQQ, we also failed to break above the bullish pivot confirmation. 337 is that level that we really need to chase for. And we've been seeing increasingly bullish action with the QQQs or tech in general. Lots of speculative growth being bought up again. In fact, we saw that happening from last week. We've been alerting our Discord members about money that's been flowing back into speculative growth companies like Fubo and Palantir and whatnot, right? And so as we see this market continue to consolidate and move to the upside, it is very imperative that we hold the 332 and we also hold the 329. If we do break below these two levels, then we're going to possibly go back into the 324s, 325s, which is the next going to become the next possible bullish demand. And so then if we come back down here, that may be a little breather before we go back up. But ideally, what we want to see is a push up above this level and then a consolidation here. That's what we really want to see. 336, that would be healthy price action. If we can get a push up and then a push down, a rejection of 342 first, and that one big bull wave would do it. So with the QQQs, we're still pretty much in a stalemate, and we are still in an uptrend, but it's pretty much a stall right now. As you can see, volume has been decreasing, and the same as SPY, as I mentioned before many times. When volume decreases in the market, it usually means that there are only buyers or very little buyers that are just pushing this market up on autopilot, right? And when this happens, a trend is about to emerge. When volume drops, that usually means a trend is about to emerge. So there is absolutely no reason to overtrade this market right now, right? Absolutely no reason, okay? So there you have it. That's a breakdown on the Qs today. Another thing that is noteworthy is the market internals. The dollar index continues to fall here. We want to see the dollar index continue to fall. That would mean that equities would still be more, appealing to invest in. When dollar gets more expensive, that's when people start to dump equities. And so that's important to note here. I'll just be following this from time to time and keeping you guys updated. It's a short little update. And then, of course, the VIX over here had its one-day biggest move almost in this entire week, right? We had a move down to almost 7%, down to the $17 here. And so we're looking at this as a key level of support. This has been a key level of support. I would say, we might get a little breather on the VIX, which means to say we might get a bear wave, a bull wave up on the VIX if it hits that key level of support and then bounces, which it did, right, on the day before. And if we have that, then we might see SPY and QQQ come down for a little breather, give us a fake bear move, and then rebound back to the upside. This is, of course, I'm just extrapolating and I'm trying to put different perspectives into play here, but this is a possibility. Okay, it is a possibility because the VIX has been oversold here. It might breathe and then come back down again. So that's another thing that could possibly happen. Great. So we had a request for a chart update on BABA. Nothing really much to update on this one. I'll just give you, we try to break below this level here on the 204 level, and we came back up back into this falling little pennant that we are in, and we're consolidating here. I think a move up, into the 220s is imminent at some point. To consolidate, and I don't know if it will break up anytime soon. But remember, I still remain very bullish on Chinese tech. I don't really give much care to when BABA moves, because I know that this stock is undervalued, and I will continue to hold this as long as it is undervalued. Okay, so that's your update on BABA. Of course, if we break out of this pennant for some reason, then we'll have multiple levels of resistance up here, which we will get to when we break out, right? So that's BABA. With Apple, we were looking at the cup and handle a couple days back. So here's a little update with Apple. Apple broke out of its handle and then was forming a little, I want to call this kind of a upward pennant. But now the trend has kind of been destroyed. It kind of broke below this trend line here. So we might be looking at a possible push down. This would make sense with the VIX scenario I was telling you about yesterday. So that may push Apple down for the short term and then maybe end up flushing back up after. So we might see that happen. The ARK fund here, nice little bounce on this demand zone down here. We saw this was a key level. I've been talking about the ARK fund for a while. On the daily chart, this has been multiple levels that we've been crossing back above. We need to hold these levels in order to make these moves higher. We do see a potential swing back down a little bit, maybe a day or two bearish candles, and then maybe another move back up. So a lot of these things that are looking like they are slightly bought up at this moment need to come down a little bit, and that might be why the market's a little halt, right? So we need to see all of these things kind of take a breather and then move back up, right? And you can understand the market's like a breathing machine, right? You breathe in, you breathe out, right? And so we have had the breathing out. We need to breathe in a little bit, catch our breath, and then breathe out again, right? And so next I want to go through is Tesla. We alerted our team on the Discord once again about this opportunity about a day back, and our entry was somewhere here. We entered right here, and I took some calls. It was a nice little trade, almost for $500 in profit overnight. with Tesla making a big move yesterday. This was a nice move, 2.3% up. Set a trailing stop and bagged it right when I was sleeping. Nothing better than making money while you sleep, right? Nice little two-wave confirmation as EGA. We always teach this in our classes as well. We had a nice two-wave confirmation above the resistance zone. Nice little support there. Volume came in right after, and we played this wave up to the upside. As I mentioned, I think Tesla also needs to come down a little bit, catch its breath, and then continue to move up further. So this is just a trade recap for you guys to show you something that we called out that has already played into fruition. Remember that if you are keen on joining our Discord community, watch out for an announcement, a big announcement that is coming within the next 1 day. Okay, for Memorial Day, we're going to be holding a new sale, a sale that will allow a lot of people who have been on the fence of joining us a real opportunity to join our community and be a part of the tribe. So we really hope that we will see you in our community and on the trading floor with us. Okay, if you're interested to know more about it, check the link in the description. That's it. That's all you got to do. I mean, that's it. Okay, with SE here, we called this one out I think maybe, I don't know, it must be about 14 days ago now, maybe 13, 14 days ago. On the watch list on Instagram. This was a free one, right? We gave it to you. Error was where we called it out, made a huge move up into the supply zone. It's now kind of rejected by the supply zone, coming back down. We expect this to find support somewhere and maybe make another wave down. If it does come back down, then we'll see where we can enter this trade for the next round. But for now, this wave is done. We need to wait for the next setup to form. This was a great play. Really multi-bagger on this one. And so congratulations if you followed it and played this one. Boeing, we continue to follow this. Called this one out on the Instagram as well. Just want to give you an update on where this position's at. Broken out of the falling wedge, very bullish, consolidating bullishly above the resistance. We may see another move up to the upside. We need to see strength on the Dow Jones to continue this one upside though. So we need all of the indexes to kind of move in cadence to corroborate Boeing's move. Now, don't get too excited with Boeing though. I wouldn't get super exuberant just yet. Remember what happens with Boeing. It has, after it breaks out, it usually consolidates for a while and then moves to the upside. So I would expect the same thing here, broken out, consolidates for a while and then moves to the upside, right? We're looking at least about 1 to 2 weeks more of consolidation before we see the actual move. Of course, it doesn't have to be that, but I'm saying based on previous pattern, this is what Boeing typically does. After a breakout, it consolidates and then it moves up, right? Breakout, consolidates, and then moves up. So we don't know how long this consolidation will be, but we hope sooner than later because we're trying to get rich, right? So somebody say holla holla. Another one, Roblox here. Just want to point this one out. Another signal that we pointed out with the Discord community, just doing a trade recap here for you guys. Called this one out at the yellow arrow at the $83 level. Plot the Fibonacci extension volume, a lot of unusual options activity. We called this out on the daily stream as well. I told you guys about this one just a couple days back. Go look a couple videos back and you'll see we called this out on the daily stream. If you played this one, perfect little target at 95. This is also a psychological level. Shouldn't have obviously gotten out at 95. 94.50 would have been a perfect exit right at the peak gamma. And 95 calls would have printed on this one. I think there were some people in our community that made a pretty penny on this one. So this was a nice little trade extension with volume and momentum. Purely momentum play. Still has a little bit of gas in the tank. Could go higher. I would say, the $100 level is possible with the 78.6 Fibonacci extension. So keep your eyes on this one for a pullback and then extension again. There is a possibility here. But I would like a pullback, a deeper pullback first before I enter, to be honest. Lastly, last trade recap with Asher. Continuing to see increased buying volume. Of course, I'm not just going based on this volume bar at bottom, but we've been seeing lots of interesting institutional purchases on this ETF, which is the mainland China ETF. I've been talking about China reopening. China. I've been saying China so many times. Gapping up, moving up. We'll see if this continues to show strength. It has been pretty strong. And we really want this to actually pull back a little bit so that I can add to my position and then ride this up again to the upside up into 47, 48s and hopefully to the moon. So that's your pretty much your recap for a majority of the tickers that we're following today. I'll try to put them all in the bookmark for you so you can follow them. I hope that you guys had a good trading day. Thank you for accompanying me for this birthday special daily brief. Drop a comment with tickers that you want me to cover. I appreciate you guys taking the time to be here. And let's do the conclusion real quick. So just to get everything in check here, we do not necessarily need to move higher tomorrow. We could, but if we don't, that is still okay. We are in a halt phase, which means many purchasing managers, many hedge fund traders, or many mutual fund traders are pausing to see where the market's going to take us. Once we hit a key level and we break out of that point, the 420 for SPY, the 337 for QQQ, right? Those are the two key levels to watch. Then we will see a continued extension to the upside in this bull phase, right? We are already in the bull market, but we need the extension in the bull phase, the confirmation of the bull phase, right? So make sure that you don't enter long anything just yet. Be cautious with your position sizing, and if at best, try to scalp momentum plays right now. That is the only thing that you should be doing, okay? Don't take any long swings right now. This is a terrible time to take it unless you know what exactly you're looking for, if it's a short idea, etc., etc. Okay. Tomorrow's I'm gonna try and do a little bit of analysis on financials and energy for you guys, because I think that's something that I'm looking at as well, and I want to see, because both of those sectors look bullish for the summer, and I want to see where the optimal entry point will be. So I will give you an update about that tomorrow, more than likely, if you would like that. Okay. So drop a comment below. We love hearing from you. Thank you very much for attending. And once again, don't overextend yourself. This market is still in a halt. We still don't have a clear picture, but we are getting there slowly but surely. All right. So take care. I hope you have a great trading session, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.